Hi yogis, it's Savannah at YOGATX. Just a quick announcement before we start today's practice. I will be hosting a Summer of Yoga series beginning in June. So really looking forward to all of y'all sharing your practice with me, possibly even cultivating a daily practice. That's a really big thing you can do for yourself. So keep an eye out and we'll definitely have some really awesome practices to offer you then. Today I'm offering a stress relief practice. So it's all about rooting into the breath, and it truly is less about the poses than it is about the breath. You'd be surprised how much stress can melt away if we can just reclaim our nervous system. If you've noticed, whenever you wake up and you really don't want to face the day, you have a tendency to crawl into a fetal position. And basically what that tells us is that our shoulders and our hips contract when we're stressed out. So what we're going to be doing is loosening up those areas. You might notice some emotions, maybe some relief might expose themselves out of those poses. So just continue to root yourself into the breath. I'm here for you, and your body is doing its best to be there for you as well. We're going to be starting on our stomachs today. So instead of straining the neck, we're just going to rest one cheek on the mat, whatever is more comfortable for you. And then we're going to just release our arms, palms facing up alongside our body. You can let the shoulders kind of release around the torso. You might notice the eyes will automatically close. Allow the body to really sink into the mat. Melting your thoughts, melting your weight, melting all of your worries into the mat, just surrendering the weight of the world into the mat. Start taking a couple deep breaths here, filling the body up with air. And fully letting go of the exhale. 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, fill the body up. Exhale, let go of all that air. 1 more inhale. And exhaling fully. Go ahead and place your hands right underneath your shoulders. You'll want your elbows really squeezing into the ribcage. You can tent your chest up on the mat. Maybe the chin comes in contact as well. As you spread the fingertips wide and hug the elbows in, with an inhale, you're just going to gently put some pressure into the hands. Come to a very baby cobra position. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, lower the chin towards the mat. Lifting up a little bit higher this time as you inhale, press into the palms. Lift the chest up, pull the heart forward. Squeeze the elbows in. And as you exhale, lower back down. 1 more just like that. Inhale, press into the palms. Lift the chest up. Press the heart forward. Really pull through the hands to bring the heart forward. Opening up the shoulders where we hold stress. Go ahead and exhale it back down. From here, we're going to plant our left forearm and just reach back with our right arm. The idea here is that we can stretch our psoas, right? So our hip flexor. You can reach back to your foot, either grabbing the foot. If you can't quite reach, feel free to pause the video. Find a scarf, maybe a shirt. If you have a yoga strap, that works really well to wrap around the ankle and hold on. Really root yourself through that left arm. Lift the chest up so you're still opening the shoulders and simultaneously extending the psoas, releasing some tension out of that front hip. Maybe you pull that foot towards the back of your thigh. Feel the stretch and root back into your breath. As you inhale, extend the right leg. Bring that right hand to the mat, planting the forearm, spreading apart the fingers so you can really ground yourself in that palm. From here, you're going to bend the left knee, reach back with the left hand. Notice the difference on this side. Maybe here's where you need to grab a scarf or a t-shirt to wrap around the ankle and hold on to. Otherwise, relax the upper body as much as you can and focusing on opening that front hip flexor by drawing the heel toward your hip. And when the mind starts to get a little chatty, just root back to the breath. It's very hard to think and breathe at the same time. So if you think about your breathing, your mind won't be so jumpy. Carefully release that left foot. Plant the left hand. Go ahead and shift the hips up to a child's pose as you rest them back onto your heels. Now we're gonna take a modified child's pose right here. So your knees can be wide if that feels good, but think about planting your elbows into the mat, bringing your palms together and dropping the head. So really open up the area from underneath your armpits. Create some space in the chest so we can breathe a little bit easier. The easier it is to breathe, the easier it is for the body to just be. And if you need a little bit more, you can rest the head down and draw the hands towards the upper back, keeping the palms together. Feels really nice right here just to open up this area that is so used to clenching closed. Think about filling the belly up with air and then drawing the navel towards the spine on the exhales. Really encourages that we get all the air out of our lungs. Allow the chest to expand in all directions when you inhale. And then allow the chest to drive towards the mat as you exhale. Allow the breath to live in the back. About 70% of your lungs is actually located in the back, so let the back extend as you inhale. And exhale all the air out. Two more breaths here. Slowly release the palms. Extend the arms forward. Shift the hips up and scoot to one side. You'll want to extend the legs out. From here, go ahead and tent the fingertips up. Point the toes forward and begin to lift the legs. If this is too intense, you can always bend the knees. You'll notice those hip flexors might start talking to you. If you need some support in the back, you can always grab behind the legs, reach the chest towards your thighs. Start to root back into your breath. This pose might cause the body to freak out a little bit. Maybe it causes the mind to talk a little bit more. But really what we're doing here is building some neuroplasticity in our brain. So we give the body minor stresses. And then we remind the body that it's okay in hopes that off the mat, when those minor stresses arise, our body doesn't freak out so much. Couple more breaths here. Really sit tall through the spine. Pull that navel towards your lower spine. Release the feet to the ground. Plant the hands. Go ahead, step back and make your way towards a downward facing dog position. Your wrists will be about shoulder width apart and your heels will be about hip width apart. Maybe wider if that feels good. Into both your knees and your elbows. Release the chin towards your chest and lengthen the back of the head. Release the weight of your head to the earth, maybe nodding it yes and no. Begin to straighten the legs. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, just go ahead and step that right foot up to the top of the mat. The left knee will drop down. Working a little bit deeper into our psoas, our left hip flexor. We're gonna bring our hands behind our back, clasping them. Draw the shoulder blades together and draw the clasped hands towards the mat. So here we're working the two areas that tense up when we're stressed, our shoulders and our hips. This can be really intense for some people, so just keep coming back towards the breath. Keep releasing a little bit deeper through that left side. Slowly unclasp the hands. Plant them around the right foot, tucking the left. You'll just step that right foot back and find a downward facing dog. Same thing on the left side. Inhale through the nose. Exhale as you step the left foot up. Right knee drops down, top of the foot pressing into the mat. Sit up tall, put some weight into that right hip flexor so you can feel the stretch happen. The body will try to resist it, but it's our job to take some control through our breath and our body. Slowly clasp the hands behind the back, open up the shoulders by squeezing the shoulder blades together and drawing the hands towards the mat. You don't have to be at your full expression of the pose right when you get there, right? You can take it breath by breath and then slowly deepen. Couple more breaths here. Really drive the breath forward. Big inhales. Long exhales. As you inhale, unclasp the hands. Rise the torso up, plant the hands. Tuck the right toes, step that right foot back to a downward facing dog. Really press into the palms, root down through the heels, release the chin towards the chest. Maybe let the eyes close. Take a couple seconds just to reach into the breath and listen to it. Softly drop the knees to the mat. And extend the legs out. From here, we're going to take our left foot and the inside of our right thigh. You can even scooch and you can widen the ankle. Even if you just want to bring the left heel into the left hip flexor, that works as well. From here, we're going to plant our left hand behind our left hip. Maybe it's behind the left thigh, right? It's different for everyone. As you inhale, reach up through the right fingertips. And as you exhale, bend the left arm. See if you can really stretch through the side of the body. Let the breath lift you up. And deepen the stretch. Plant the left hand. Begin to shift onto the left shin. Reach a little bit higher. And slowly let the hips rest back down. Switching the legs now, the left leg extends and the right foot comes in towards either the left hip flexor or the right hip flexor, depending on your body, how it feels today. Plant the right hand behind the right thigh, maybe it's behind the right hip. Bend the right arm a little bit, and as you inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, bend and stretch. Again, allowing your inhales to expand the chest, and your exhales to lengthen the side body. Begin to press into the right palm. Shift the weight onto the right shin. You can glue that left foot down and reach forward. And then let the hips sit back. Swing the legs out in front of you and begin to rest the mat onto, or the back onto the mat. The knees will stay bent. Moving to a bridge pose, another really helpful one to open up both the front of the hips and the shoulders. Palms facing down, feet grounded into the mat. As you inhale, lift the hips up. And relax them down. Allow the breath to come back into your control again, softening the inhales, softening the exhales. With an inhale, reach the arms overhead. See if you can find opposite hand to opposite elbow. It'll really help opening up the chest. Allow the sternum to lift just a little bit as you press the shoulders into the mat. Allow the eyes to close. Just start noticing how long your inhales are and how long your exhales are. See if you can create some equilibrium between your inhales and exhales, making them the same length and the same depth. Take a big inhale through the nose, holding it at the top, and exhale really long. Two more times like that. Big inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. And exhale really long. Inhale through the nose. Holding it at the top. Exhale really long. Doing a couple more of those breaths without the hold at the top of the inhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale really long. See if you can hold the end of the exhale before you inhale. Inhale really big. Exhale really long. Holding the end of the exhale before you inhale again. Big inhale. Long exhale. Holding the end of the exhale. Taking one really big inhale. And one really long exhale. Allow the arms to come alongside the body. Maybe you squeeze the shoulder blades together, relax the shoulders to the mat. You can spread the heels a little bit wider than hip width apart and allow the knees to come in towards each other. Keep following the breath. Allow your breath to make a lot of space around your heart. Allow your breath to make some space between each thought that comes into your mind. Allow the breath to take over your nervous system, reminding the body that it's okay and all is well. Even if all you did today was sit here and breathe, that would be enough. Gently start to wiggle your fingertips. Move your toes. Walk the feet together. And just windshield the knees back and forth like they're wiping. Bringing the knees back to center and drawing them into our chest for one nice big yogi hug. Bringing your nose towards your knees. Take a second just to thank your body for getting you here in this moment in time safely. And then relax into a fetal position on the right side. As you're ready, you can press into your palms, lifting yourself back up to seated. Maybe you keep the eyes closed, keeping the awareness inward. Couple more breaths here. Think about the awareness you have right now. And then think about carrying that awareness off of the mat into the rest of your life. The yoga doesn't end on your mat. That's where it begins. Slowly start to draw your hands in front of your heart, pressing your thumb into your sternum, feeling the breath move through you. No matter the way, and no matter the obstacle, the light and love in me honors the courage in your breath to guide you back home. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Hopefully you've noticed a minor shift in your body. Maybe it's major, maybe you've really calmed down a little bit, or maybe you've just been reminded to breathe in times that your body holds tense. Either way, I hope you've gotten something really important or something you've wanted out of this practice. If you'd like to follow me personally with my yoga practice, you can find me on Instagram under the username of Savannah. Thank you so much. See you next time. Just reaching our lower belly down to our thighs. As you inhale, reach the hands out. As you exhale, release the hands on the outsides of the legs. If you feel any strain, feel free to bend the knees as much as needed. And gently tuck the chin towards the chest.